Okay, here is my 90s tag video, finally. So yeah, I'm a bit behind on watching videos and making videos due to work, but Rob, Gurnaldinho, has tagged me in the 90s tag video. This was a little bit hard, mainly because I'm more of an 80s fan, stuff of the 80s, but I've got some selections here for the 90s, and there's a couple of selections in each category because it was so hard, really. Yeah, let's crack on. So there's 7 questions, some gaming related, and obviously mostly around the 90s, and yeah, at the end I'll nominate some people, or whoever wants to do it can crack on and do the video again. Like I said, I'm a little bit behind, so most people have done this already, but here's my selections for my 90s tag. So question 1, favourite cartoon. Favourite cartoon of the 90s. So, like I was saying, most of my favourite stuff was in the 80s, or at least originated in the 80s, and then came into the 90s, which is where I've had to kind of go with it, because I kind of phased out watching cartoons, really. I've gone a bit kind of, is it Jason Button, where I've gone backwards in time. I was kind of older before my age, and now I've just turned into a big kid. I wasn't even that kind of geeky at school, like with superheroes and comics and all that kind of stuff. So, I don't know, yeah, it was a bit hard, but the only one I own, because this is one that I own as well, is this, which I recently picked up, is the Ghostbusters. Absolutely love the Ghostbusters. Like I said, obviously more of a kind of an 80s thing, but it did come into the 90s. So that's the one I own. And yeah, it was my favourite back in the day, but more of one that I watched in the 90s was Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Every day before school, get up early, with my breakfast, watch Turtles, and then head off to school. Just absolutely amazing. Just can't beat the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Yeah, it was absolutely fantastic. That definitely probably my best one into the 90s. Starting off with the Ghostbusters in the 80s, be my favourite 80s, but then definitely Turtles in the 90s. And the proper Turtles, not like the rubbish Nickelodeon rubbish that they're putting out now, and whatever it is now, it's dreadful. But yeah, the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, or Hero Turtles, depending when the band came in and what have you, and all that rubbish that they tried to fob us off with. Anyway, second question, Sega or Nintendo? Now, this is something I've said before. I don't know if I said it on my channel, it might have been a response in somebody else's channel, but I've always kind of had the impression that typically Nintendo make the best consoles, but Sega make the best games, typically. So the only Nintendo console I had, I suppose it was in the 90s by the time I got mine, would be the NES, the Nintendo. So I'd play that more, and Sega was the Dreamcast, but that went, what, till 2000, so that doesn't really qualify. So I might have to go with Nintendo on this one, back in the 90s, because I played it far more than anything else. I didn't have a Sega console in the 90s. So yeah, for the 90s, it's going to have to be Nintendo, because I only had a NES, and playing games like Super Mario 3 was amazing. I had Isolated Warrior, what was it, Iron Warriors of Sword and Shield or something, I think I've got that again, Time Lord. Yeah, so for the 90s, it's going to have to be Nintendo, unfortunately. Yeah, for those who are Sega fans anyway. Number 3, favourite console game. This, I've been looking at my games for ages trying to find a game. I've had to pick 4 out for different reasons, but the one at the end will probably be my favourite game. So, my favourite game of all time made its debut on the PS1. So, Bubble Bobble. So, me and my sister used to play this a lot on the Atari ST, as I've mentioned before. But it came out on the PlayStation, so I had to get it straight away. It's got Rainbow Islands on there as well, another one of my favourite games. Just played this loads with my sister. Yeah, Bubble Bobble, absolutely fantastic. Played that loads. So that has to be mentioned. The original Tomb Raider has to be mentioned. Played this loads. Love the exploration on this game, finding secrets and artifacts. Really got me into, I suppose, the genre, and just, yeah, it was massive back in its day. When Tomb Raider came out, it was so big. But yeah, absolutely love playing that. I've told the story about this before, so we won't go into that. But yeah, Tenchu definitely holds a special place for me. I wanted to put the second one in, but realised that actually came out in 2000, so it didn't qualify, so I had to go with the first one. But absolutely fantastic game. It was a bit overshadowed by Metal Gear Solid, and most people think that that was the first kind of real stealth game, but this came out first. And Tenshu was just absolutely amazing. Just loved doing the stealth attacks, the special execution moves and all that kind of stuff. Just sneaking around rooftops with your grappling hook and jumping down on people. Yeah, absolutely fantastic. And some great quality, funny voice work in that as well. But great game. But this one, I've gone for, I suppose, my pick of favourite game, console game of the 90s. Didn't like this genre of gaming at all until I came across this game and a mate got me into it. But yeah, I had to pick this one. And this one of this series as well. I keep them in an eye between 7, 8 and 9. But it has to be Final Fantasy 7. Played this so much. Just absolutely epic game. Nothing like it when it come out. Like, obviously, there was Final Fantasies before. But this one, just that bar was raised so high. And obviously now it's been remade. We'll see how that goes. How they're going to finish it. But yeah, just has to be Final Fantasy 7. The game that got me into RPGs. And it just never looked back. Fantastic, fantastic game. So we've gone for Final Fantasy 7. Next up, we have favourite comic. So, like I say, I wasn't really a comic reader. But I have found some of my comics that I had. Because, like I said before, if anyone knows me, I don't throw stuff away. I'm a hoarder and a bit of a collector. So, this is not really a comic, but I did find it, so I wanted to give an honourable mention. So, Pro Slammer, and this is issue 1. So, massively into Pogs in the 90s. I've got so many, hundreds of thousands of the damn things. I'll do a collection video at some point. But yeah, so I found this one. This is issue 1 of Pro Slammer because it came with 3 Pogs. That's why I picked it up. And yeah, from the 90s, bit of nostalgia there. Pogs, milk caps, slammer whammers, all that good stuff. So we had that. I'm just looking for the way to put it. Then a comic, I kind of forgot that I was collecting, but yeah, I have a few of these. And when the film come out, loved the film, found the comic, and when we used to go to the supermarket with my mum and dad and the sister, we used to be able to pick a magazine or something to I guess read and keep us busy with. And I started picking up this mainly because the first one came with the sticker book and stickers, so I started collecting the sticker book. But then continued the magazine for a few issues as well, and that's the Casper magazine. So yeah, got the first issue just for the stickers and the sticker book. The second issue came with stickers as well, so we continued, and then we do have a third issue as well of the Casper comic. So yeah, just kind of read that and stuff, and then I have 2 issues of this. The Flintstones magazine, or comic, like I say. So used to read that a little bit. Wasn't massively into Flintstones, and I think there was probably a free gift. Yeah, free gift with it, which is why I got it. Which is the main reason we got magazines in the day. It wasn't for the magazine or the comic. It was for the free gifts. But yeah, have them. But then this last one, which has to be my favourite comic of the 90s, because it's one I have the most issues of, and actually really enjoyed the show and reading these are pretty good comics, and it's the X-Files comic. So this is issue 6 where I start off with. I had a few free bits. I've got a supplement and a bookmark and all that kind of stuff, but there's nice artwork in these as well. I've got issue 18. I did recently, well, last year before, come across some at the car boot as well, so I managed to pick out a few more. Just find a few, yeah, the art style of that. There's some interesting stories in it. It's been a while since I've read them. Yeah, that. I'll quickly run through the ones that I have got. Anyone who's interested in all this 90s nostalgia and X-Files stuff. In fact, this one's got a bookmark in. Oh no, it's only on issue 1, page 1, so I thought that was probably where I've got to. But yeah, issue 19 we have there. 20. 21. That's where I proper started getting into it. 22, was that? Yeah. Looks like it changed publisher at some point as well. 24. 25. Good old Mulder and Scully. 26. And 27. So the last issue was October 97, and the first issue I had was November 95. So a couple of years worth of comics there, if you like. It was graphic, not graphic, no, it was a comic, yeah. So, let's move on to number 5. And this is the easiest question for me because I couldn't care less. Sorry, I know there's a lot of fans and a lot of people who was into it back in the day. I just wasn't. I hated it. The question is, your favourite pro wrestler? I just don't have one because I never watched it. Absolutely hated wrestling. Still don't really care for it now. But I'm going to pick one anyway because I kind of do. But it's not because he's my favourite wrestler. He just happened to be a wrestler. And the reason I'm picking him is because he went into movies. And one of the movies he made in the 90s was one of me and my sister's favourite. And we watched it quite a lot. I still do have it on VHS. But it's at Mum and Dad's house. The movie was Mr. Nanny. Going back now, it's probably absolute tripe to watch it. But of course, Hulk Hogan, it was the biggest back in the day, I think, that I had heard of. Even though I didn't watch it, you couldn't not but hear about Hulk Hogan. So I'm going to have to pick him, mainly for the movie roles rather than the wrestling. But yeah, I do know a few wrestlers, but yeah, we're going to have to go with Hulk Hogan. Anyway, plus as well, when I was living in Germany, but obviously not in the 90s, a few years back, one of the other channels that I could only watch in English was the kind of reality TV show of Hulk Hogan and his family. And yeah, so I used to watch that as well, just for something to watch, so I guess picking for that as well. But yeah, Hulk Hogan was back in the 90s. Then, in fact, this one's hard, and I've still not really made my mind up on this one, so I'm going to do it on the fly live. Number 6, your favourite song and video. Video, I still can't think what my favourite video of the 90s is. I'm still not sure. A few people have mentioned some really good ones. Yeah, I don't know if I have a favourite video of the 90s. Really can't think of one. But songs, we've got quite a few. I think I have a favourite, but I'm going to give some honourable mentions just because I didn't buy many singles back in the day. I only have a few. In fact, these are some of the only ones I have, and these are some of my most played songs that I just have on repeat, and songs that I don't think people have mentioned yet. So I'm just going to give these a shout out. So we have the BBC Children in Need "Perfect Day" song, just because it features so many great artists in the song. I absolutely loved it. Yeah, there's different versions on here. One obviously with all the artists, one with all the male artists, one with all the female artists. There's different versions of it, and I just, yeah, really enjoyed that back then. This actually, I'm going to put this up there as one of my favourite videos, but I don't think it probably won't be my favourite video if I've really thought about it hard and went through. But Jamiroquai, Deeper Underground, obviously the soundtrack to Godzilla. The video was great, jumping around cars and stuff as the place is just being destroyed by Godzilla. And good song as well, really enjoyed that. Then one, I think this was my most played song when I got this. My dad was going mental because I just had it on repeat so often. Learned the lyrics absolutely spot on. But it was Will Smith's Men in Black. So I love the film and really liked, I suppose, the song and the video to this as well. The video was pretty cool with the alien dancing and what have you. So yeah, good to give that a mention because that was one of my most played ones. But then I have these. Some good old cassettes. Smash hits. 1 and 2 from 95. And this one, I don't see a date on it. Let's have a look. Oh, both from 95. So yeah, there's some great songs on here. So I'm going to go for a few. Entrance, Set You Free, probably be one of my favourite songs of the 90s, easily on par with Sash and Stay. Yeah, they're probably on par with my favourite songs of the 90s because I still listen to them now. when I'm at work and I've got my music on, I have some trance or dance hits on or whatever to get in the mood. And they're still in the playlist and still love them when they come on. So yeah, probably Sash Stay would be my favourite, and then Entrance, Rhythm is a Dancer. Yeah, and just I was into so much different kind of music in the 90s, because you got the 80s kind of cheese and pop making its way through. Then the 90s style coming in, a little bit of, obviously, Will Smith's rap. Wasn't really into rap, but I didn't mind Will Smith's stuff. And like I say, the trance and the dance was really hitting it off and getting into that. So what else we got on here? Let's pick a few good ones. Strike, You Sure Do. Clock, Axel F, great tune. Oasis, whatever. Yeah, Perfecto, All Stars, Reach Up, Papa's Got a Brand New Bag. What we got on here? The Out There Brothers, Boom Boom Boom. Scatman John with Scatman, great song. Living Joy, Dreamer. What else? Skipping through a few of them. Oasis, some might say. Yeah, but probably, yeah, Sash and Stay, I think, has to be my favourite, with then Entrance coming up as a runner-up. Favourite song. So, the last question. Favourite TV show and episode. Now, straight away, I'm giving it a mention because I watched it on Dana's, and I thought I was the only person who watched this show. Even out of my friends, like, no one else really talked about it because they didn't watch it. But Erie, Indiana, what a show. It only ran for one series, and you can't find it now. I tried searching YouTube and stuff, and there is some kind of on there bad footage and different language versions, but yeah, it's hard to get hold of now. But that was an absolutely fantastic show. We used to watch it before going to Scouts, and it used to finish when Scouts started, and I had to run up the road, and always a minute or two late, and people were already lining up, but I was like, I've got to watch my Erie, Indiana. So that's definitely an honourable mention there. On with, as well, Third Rock from the Sun. Absolutely loved Third Rock from the Sun, and I recently found the box set of it in my local CEX, so I'm thinking about picking that up. Starring, obviously, John Lithgow. Absolutely fantastic guy, been in some great films, does voice acting as well for in the Shrek films as Lord Farquaad and all that kind of stuff. Had a young Joseph Gordon-Levitt in there, who obviously was Robin in Christopher Nolan's Batman, in the last one with Bane, and obviously been in loads of films, as well as a lot of stand-up comedians and stuff in the show. And Dennis Nedry, I can't remember his real name, from Jurassic Park, the guy with the shaving foam who gets poisoned by the Dilophosaurus. Not Dilophosaurus, the Dilophosaurus? Is it? I think I'm getting confused. I think it was the Dilophosaurus. Yeah, the one that spits in his face. Anyway, he's in the show, comes in it later. But great show, based on a group of 4 who are kind of a family, but they're aliens, and they've took on human form to kind of inspect us and get information before the other alien people are going to come down and destroy Earth. But then they really enjoy living on Earth and interacting with aliens, that they decide to stay and not pass on information and stuff. And yeah, it just goes from there, really. So that was definitely one I used to watch a lot in the 90s. Couldn't pick a favourite episode from it. But yeah, my absolute favourite from the 90s, without a doubt, has to go, and we've already talked about it, but the X-Files. X-Files was the biggest thing for me in the 90s. Absolutely loved it. I've got all the seasons now. I'm going to go through them again at some point and start watching the whole series again. Now, I've picked up Series 1 because one of my favourite episodes comes from Season 1, and that would have to probably be Toombs. So it's about a guy called Eugene Toombs who goes into hibernation every so many years, and when he comes out, he's on the hunt for people, and I think, does he eat their liver or something like that to regenerate himself and then go back into hibernation? But he has this ability, a bit like Mr. Fantastic from the Fantastic Four, but not to that extreme, where he can stretch his body and elongate it. And there's a scene where he comes down somebody's chimney and he's like stretching down the chimney to get in. But yeah, really good, and I like it as well because at the end they don't actually catch him and he goes back into hibernation, and yeah, it's fantastic knowing that he's kind of still out there, that kind of thing. And yeah, absolutely great. And he used to make his den out of bile from the stuff that I'd eaten. And yeah, just a nice, gruesome episode that I really liked. But looking at some of the other episodes, and there's some great episodes in season 1. It really did kick off with some fantastic stuff. Ghost in the Machine was a good one. Fallen Angel, I think, was a really good one. Just having a quick glance down at a few more. Darkness Falls was a great one. I think that was one where they're trapped in a car and these green bugs come out of the trees and start eating stuff and cocooning them and that kind of stuff. I'm sure that's that one. But yeah, great series. Can't beat the X-Files. Absolutely loved it. So that is my 90s tag video. Like I say, more of an 80s person, but I did enjoy doing this and reminiscing about some of this old stuff and getting it out and having a relook at some of the magazines and comics and that kind of stuff. So like I say, a lot of people now have done this. I don't know really who to tag on the end. So what I'm going to say is anyone who hasn't done this, who's watching it, go ahead and make it. This is an open invitation to everybody to do their 90s tag and make the video. There's a lot of age ranges going around of people who watch my content and people I watch, so it'd be interesting to see different people's points of view. I know Rob, who nominated Gurnaldinho, was interested in what I'd say because we're from the same year, from 82. So some of our picks I think might have been similar, the Turtles and the Ghostbusters definitely. But yeah, there we are, my 90s tag. Hope you enjoyed, guys. Really enjoyed doing VRs and challenges and quests and that kind of stuff when I get time to do them. So hopefully there'll be more of these going round and we'll catch up with you then. And take care, guys, and see you soon.